All right, the bowl week is here. This was the most wonderful time of the year, Ryan and Matt. We're hoping Santa Claus brought you something nice. Maybe Chris Kringle is giving us something really nice on New Year's Eve. Matt, Alabama is a 10.5 point favorite over the Michigan Wolverines. Great game on paper.
Yeah, I think Michigan's already won their Super Bowl. Kind of season almost feels a little over for them. I think Jalen Milroe is playing. I think that speed could be dangerous for the Michigan defense that hasn't seen anything like that, Ryan. A lot of points, but I think I'm going to take the Tide here.
Yeah, I think Alabama's closer to what it was last year than Michigan is to what it was last year,
You
and that's
think?
pretty drastic. And we saw the result a year ago in the Rose Bowl. It was really close, but like Matt said, that's kind of the difference maker. Alabama is for the most part going to have its stars out there, and Michigan just doesn't really have that. That was their season, man. That was Ohio State responded to that in a very different way than I thought they would, but Michigan. I don't know if it's going to be the same if you can get up for that and go over to the ReliaQuest Bowl after what's happened this season. It's been a tough season, and then it ends with kind of the best thing that could have happened to it. So I think I agree with Matt.
Yeah, I'll take Alabama to cover this as well. I don't know that. I mean, I think letdowns during bowl season is something to very much pay attention to. Give me Alabama. The BY. So this is bizarre. I mean, these two didn't. They're in the same league. You see this very, very rarely, but they didn't play each other. BYU and Colorado are playing one another in the Alamo Bowl. Dylan Weber's favorite game. Number 17 BYU is a 5 point dog, y'all, to the Buffs. Who you got in this game? And I want to say that Sanders is definitely playing this game, and Hunter has said he will be.
You want to go, Ryan?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean that's a main reason for why I have them is those two guys being out there for one last time in a Colorado uniform together. I'm sure that means a lot to that duo and probably means a lot to Dion as well. I think that they're definitely going to be. Sometimes these bowl games just aren't taken seriously by programs, and we saw that a year ago in the Orange Bowl. And this year, I don't think we're going to get that here in the Alamo Bowl. The other part is BYU, man, just towards the end of the season looks strong and won a couple battles, and then they started losing games to teams that I was assuming they were better than. I think Colorado's duo, the dynamic duo, will take them over top.
Yeah, I think they're going to put an exclamation mark on that Travis Hunter Heisman. They're going to throw it to him 20 times, end on a big note, and let everyone know that, yeah, he won for a reason. So a lot of Sanders to Travis Hunter action. I don't think BYU's got anyone who can cover him. Maybe put 2-3 guys on him every play. I don't know. But I think Colorado is going to try to run him out of the building and end this kind of era on a high note.
I will take the Buffs as well. I just think they're. Yeah,
Better.
I echo what everyone else said. I think that it's going to be a little bit too much. I think this will be an important day for Colorado football. We also get to transition into what the next year will be like for Coach Sanders and the rest of that program out there. Georgia Tech will play Vanderbilt. This game is in Birmingham, where all great things happen. The Jackets are a 3 point favorite to beat Vanderbilt. I would have thought that this would have been higher. I'm going to take the Jackets. I think that that's going to be a miserable situation in terms of that's just not a great thing. The weather's never great. It's not in a good stadium. But give me Tech over Vanderbilt, Matt.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. I think they're better in the line of scrimmage, and I still think they're a program on the rise. Every win matters. Even against Vanderbilt, I think Tech goes out there and tries to end the season on a high note. I'm kind of fading on the Vanderbilt success. It was
Hype
a fun
train.
story, but yeah, it's over. I think Georgia Tech's better, and I think they'll cover that line, Ryan.
Yeah, it was a fun couple of weeks getting to see the goalposts getting taken through Nashville, and it's fun to see Vanderbilt beat teams like Alabama because things like that just don't happen a lot in this sport. It's not going to work in this game. I think Tech's the better team, and just a program that's moving in the right direction, in my opinion. It does maybe not on a super harsh slope, but it's moving in the right direction. I think that they'll punch in a bowl win.
Okay, the next game is still another great, to be honest with you, another great game, which is the Holiday Bowl. Syracuse somehow is playing in this game against Wazoo. They are a 16.5 point favorite. I'm going to take Washington State. That's a lot of points in a game that you're trying to cover where you're going across the country. I mean, that's a lot. Give me Washington State. I think they'll actually be quite interested in this game.
Yeah, I don't know what the transfer portal stuff is with Wazoo. Did their quarterback leave or something? Maybe it was just a backup. I think
Yes, that's correct.
They've got a little bit of a mess, and I think Syracuse is rolling, starting to play better as the season went on. Maybe I have that wrong, but
No, you are. You're right about that.
a lot of points. I think Syracuse keeps rolling, and yeah, I think they'll get the job done. It's going to take a good game to get to that point, though. But I like Syracuse, Ryan.
Yeah, I like the Orange as well. I think it's fair to say they're rolling, and a really, really good year for the program, and Fran Brown just doing good things for them up there. I think that what was Matt saying about Florida the other day? They got mojo.
A little mojo.
Could say
He
Syracuse
said
has
that.
got a little bit of mojo going on. Kyle McCord has had a good year.
Good
Former
vibes.
Georgia wide receiver Jackson Meeks has had a good year. It's fun to see them playing well. I think they'll cover.
Okay, the Texas A&M Aggies, or the Texas Aggies as they like to say it, will be in Las Vegas. This is a very curious game. It's the same night as Wazoo and Syracuse go, the same day as Georgia Tech and Vandy. That Friday, the 27th, when you're getting away from your in-laws, that's a really good day of television. Why are you laughing, Matt? So that we've got Texas A&M at Texas A&M and SC. Easy enough for me to say, Ryan. You don't have in-laws yet. A&M is a 3.5-point favorite in Vegas. Tell me what happens in this game against the USC Trojans. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take A&M solely because of up front, and I think that they're going to win that battle pretty easily. One of the better defensive fronts in college football. I don't love what they've got going on offense. I don't like that their best offensive player has been out for 6 or 7 weeks at this point, but I'll take Texas A&M to cover.
Me too. I mean, no Zachariah Branch, no Deuce Robinson. Feels like people are abandoning USC left and right. Just a real ugly situation over there. So too many players are bouncing. Bad mojo in Los Angeles. So I'll take the Aggies to cover there.
Did I make my pick?
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah, I don't like where SC is headed with this thing. I also just want to say this is the type of game that Texas A&M wins and people get kind of hyped up about. We got a ways to go on Texas A&M still. I think they got the right head coach pointing them in the right direction. Just like Vanderbilt, and I do not mean disrespect by this, where I'm going to need more than 6 wins from Vanderbilt to get hyped up. I'm going to need more than 8 to get hyped up about Texas A&M. I mean, I think that's only fair. Iowa and Missouri, an old Big 8. I know it's never been a Big 8 game, but there was once a Big 8 team named Missouri playing now a Big 10 team, which has 16 teams. I don't even know. The Hawkeyes are a 3-point dog to Mizzou. This game is being played in, I don't know. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and tell me what you got on this one, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, I've got Missouri. I think that they capped this season that could have really went better for them, and they deal with injuries to Brady Cook throughout the year. The offense just doesn't look as explosive with a guy like Luther Burden and Theo Wees and players like that. Really took a hit from losing out on their running back from the year prior. Lost a lot of defensive talent, but this is an Iowa team that's the same as it's been, an offense that's just not there, and a pretty good defense. But I'll go with Missouri. Cap off a weird year.
Same. Bowl wins still matter to Missouri. They should go down there and try to win the game and have a pretty decent season out of all this. But I mean, I think Luther Burden's playing. I'd probably skip this game if I were him, but kudos to him. So I just think they're better. They're more talented, and in a kind of a season that's a disappointment to them, seeing how they wanted to be in that playoff race in the very beginning. I think it's probably important they go out and have a solid win and get some momentum going into the offseason. So I'm going to take the Tigers.
Yeah, give me the Missouri Tigers as well. The Golden Girls traveling to Nashville. I'm sure they'll have their cowgirl boots on and will ride those bachelorette things that they ride around the city. Yikes. Last game on this one, South Carolina and Illinois. This is the Citrus Bowl, or the artist formerly known as the Citrus Bowl. It's being played in Orlando. I think South Carolina's going to be very excited to play in this. I know South Carolina's going to be very excited to play in this game. This is the game that kicks after Alabama, Michigan. We skipped a game. That's my fault, y'all. Let's do. We did skip a game. Excuse me. Let's start with Baylor and LSU. I can't believe I missed that. The Texas Bowl. I don't know what that is or means. I guess it means it's played in Texas. Baylor will play LSU. The Tigers are a 1-point underdog. Matt DeBerry.
Home field advantage, I guess, for the Bears. I don't care. 1-point favorite over LSU. I mean, what an ugly loss that'd be for Brian Kelly. I just think they need to win this game. That'd be a terrible, terrible look. So,
you know who they open with next year?
Clemson, right? Yeah. Let's end this season on a strong note. Bayou Bengals.
Yeah, you want that too. Garrett Nussmeier coming back for another year. You want positive momentum heading into it, but there's better players on the team, right? Just kind of all across the board, and that's what it comes down to. And just 1 point, I mean, that's a line that you should cover.
Should, but we're talking about an LSU team that consistently disappoints, losses to A&M by a lot, getting blown out by Alabama. And then, the loss to Florida was, man. So I think one is an exactly correct place to put this thing. I don't know who's going to win this game. I'll take LSU because they have better players, but South Carolina, I can confirm, is at the Citrus Bowl. Matt DeBerry. They're very excited to go down there to either visit Universal or Disney. I don't know which or both. If you're a psychopath, Matt, you're a psychopath. Tell me who wins this game.
Carolina. I think they're one of the 12 best teams in the country.
Oh, here we go.
And they're playing like it.
So who are you bumping out because of them? SMU easily.
Yeah, and they would have given Notre Dame a better battle than Indiana did.
Sure.
That quarterback is electric, and I don't know if Illinois has the guys, Ryan, to corral him. Clemson sure didn't, but I mean.
So they covered the 9. It's a 9.5.
Yeah. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yep, I'll take it. Carolina.
That's ready to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of the easiest ones of the day. I think all of us picked all the SEC teams in this.
Because we're complete.
By the way, look at our
total homers.
Bias just all over the screen. But I've got South Carolina. They are excited to be there, and I think Shane Beamer is happy to be there. They didn't invite Alabama. They didn't invite Ole Miss to the Citrus Bowl. They invited South Carolina, and I think that they want to show that they were going to want to be there more than the other two teams were. That's for sure. I agree. They were playing like one of the best 12 teams for the last few weeks of the year. Some wacky things happened in a couple of their games, some of it on them, but it could have easily been a one-loss team. A handful of plays away from being a one-loss team. So, I've got them. I don't know, man, about Lenore Sellers being a quarterback yet. I'm not really a hater on dual-threat quarterbacks, but that guy is just a straight-up runner, man. I mean, he beat Clemson with his legs solely. So.
Yeah, I was pretty amazed by. I mean, he's exceptional, and I'm just looking at the actual rankings here. I mean, South Carolina has a chance to finish this season as a top 10 team in the AP rankings, and I can tell you right now, with a lot of knowledge, those clowns don't get to do that very often in history. They will finish in front of Clemson, I think, no matter what. I think they'll finish in front of SMU, almost no matter what. I mean, if they win. I don't know if they'll jump Alabama. I will be curious to see how far Indiana falls, but and Tennessee could fall after that debacle. Not probably past South Carolina, but Carolina's got a chance to do 10 wins. That just doesn't happen very often. I think they're extremely motivated. I'll take the Cox, and it's going to be a Skibbity Christmas, or Skibbity Rismas, excuse me, Ryan. That's the terms I've learned. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching and not shaking your head. Thank you for watching.